Welcome to the Anunnaki Matrix. I see that you have chosen wisely and have taken the red pill. Buckle your seatbelt, because we are going deep down the rabbit hole on a roller coaster ride to a mind-blowing alternate reality known only by a very few awake people as the Anunnaki Matrix. Listen up. What I'm about to tell you flips the entire world of human history, science, and religion on its head. Are you ready? Stop here if you are afraid to learn the truth. It's not too late to go back to your easy chair, back to the land of bliss. Just slam that blue pill down and bail out while you can. Okay, now you can't say I didn't warn you. So let's unravel the real Matrix, but not the Hollywood version. The real Matrix. You know that nagging feeling that something about the world just doesn't add up? Like we're living in some bizarre game where the rules keep changing, and nobody tells you why. Well, get ready, because the answer goes way beyond governments, religions, secret societies, or even billionaires pulling the strings. This is galactic. Red pill, number 1. Let's go way, way back. Before the pyramids, before humans even started scribbling on cave walls, there was a planet, Nibiru. It's not on any classroom agenda, and NASA sure as heck isn't going to point it out to you. However, an ancient Earth civilization known as the Sumerians knew they were about to be wiped from the face of the Earth, so they recorded valuable information on the one thing that might survive a cataclysmic global reset: stone tablets. Their story is thousands of years old, which means we are due for the next reset. The Anunnaki are the inhabitants of planet Nibiru, a super-advanced, long-lived alien species whose planet's atmosphere was falling apart. What was the only thing that could save it? Gold. Not for jewelry, not for flexing, but for literally repairing their sky. They scouted the universe for a planet rich in gold, and Earth hit the jackpot. Tons of the stuff in rivers, mountains, and buried deep underground. But there was a problem. Earth was teeming with wildlife, dinosaurs, heavy gravity, moist climate, and 2 species, reptilian and humanoids. This would work in their favor, since they needed a workforce to do the labor for them willingly. Red pill number 2. The Earth is not 6,000 years old, as many were taught to believe. We have been programmed not to question this, or we would lose favor. Shocker alert! The Earth is over 4.5 billion years old. Our time as we know it is just a blip out of those billions of years. Plenty of time for civilizations to rise, fall, and disappear. I know for some that may be hard to believe, but your eyes are now open. Your reality is reshaping. We are not the first beings to walk this planet, and the strange part of your awakening, we now have evidence that points to at least 10 resets since the Anunnaki arrived and began terraforming Earth for their mining operations. We are thought to be on the 10th awakening. Red pill number 3. Terraforming Earth. Dinosaurs were systematically removed enough for the Anunnaki to start experimenting with the local inhabitants, reptilians, and humanoids. Using a mix of their own DNA and that of Earth's early hominids, like Homo erectus and reptilians, they created 2 brand new species, Homo sapiens and Reptilian 2.0. But for now, let's concentrate on Homo sapiens. They made them smart enough to follow orders, strong enough to swing a pickaxe, reproductive enough to make more workers. We weren't created to build temples. We were born to do the dirty work, mine gold. Red pill number 4. The Matrix. The Anunnaki knew brute force only gets you so far. Real control comes from the mind, so they built a system to keep everyone in check. The Matrix. The Matrix would control religion, language, kingship, schools, currency, even time. It was programmed to shape how we think, believe, and behave. Instead of chains, they gave us stories. Instead of whips, they gave us gods. They taught us to kneel, to worship, to obey. They seeded myths about divine right, holy empires, eternal damnation, all to keep our eyes on the sky and off the truth beneath our feet. They created the biggest con ever. They convinced us we're free. They gave us gold fever, greed. Ever wonder why every civilization, from the Egyptians to the Aztecs, treated gold like it was magic? Why empires rose and fell chasing it? Why modern economies still hoard it in vaults? We were programmed to love gold. The Anunnaki embedded this programming deep in our culture and consciousness because they knew when they left Earth we would keep mining. We would value it above food, water, and even freedom. Red pill number 5. After the Matrix was up and running, the Anunnaki disappeared. Some say they returned to Nibiru. Others say they never left. They just went underground, literally or figuratively. But before they vanished from view, they left behind the Watchers. Greys and reptilians, bloodlines, hidden societies, secret tech, and yes, some human overlords. All to keep the Matrix running smoothly until their return. They gave these chosen few the knowledge of resets and the importance of gold. These are the people behind the curtains of global finance, religion, and even science. And guess what? They are all saying the end is near. They've all been getting ready for the Anunnaki to return with the promise that they will be saved and well compensated for their loyalty. Red pill number 6. Nibiru isn't like the planets we know. It has an insane elliptical orbit, swinging by Earth every 3,600 years like a cosmic boomerang. When Nibiru returns, the Anunnaki come with it, not to say hi, not to bring peace, but to collect their gold and to reset the Matrix if necessary. Every time Nibiru gets close, weird stuff happens. Mass extinctions, global floods, mysterious disappearances of civilizations. Ring any bells? Ever heard of Atlantis, Lemuria, ancient advanced civilizations that supposedly vanished without a trace? They didn't vanish, they were wiped. Red pill number 7. The Anunnaki don't want humans evolving too far. Once humanity starts asking questions, unlocking hidden knowledge, or realizing we're more than gold-digging worker bees, it's game over for them. So every few thousand years, they hit the reset button. Natural disasters, plagues, wars, climate shifts, all part of the cycle. Then, they reintroduce knowledge, but just enough to rebuild society under their control. New gods, new religions, same matrix. Humans are now starting to question everything. Why are we really here? Who benefits from global systems? Why do ancient texts from the Bible to the Vedas all mention sky gods, serpents, and celestial wars? Why does every religion describe a flood? And why is there a global obsession with keeping us distracted, divided, and dependent? It's because awareness is contagious. And once you start seeing through the lies, there's no going back. You begin to realize that school never taught you how to think, just what to think. That news doesn't inform, it programs. Red pill number 8. Once you realize you've been inside a cosmic simulation your entire life, world chaos all begins to make sense. So what happens when they come back? Here's what many believe. When Nibiru swings close again, and it's already being spotted by amateur astronomers, the Anunnaki will return. Not at first in giant ships hovering over New York. No Independence Day fireworks. It'll be subtle, strategic. They'll influence governments, reset currencies, shift power structures, collect the gold from national reserves. Use disasters, natural or engineered, to control populations. All while maintaining the illusion that we're still in control. And just when we think we've figured things out, bam, new matrix, new history, new rules, same game. Red pill number 9. You can no longer laugh this off, go back to scrolling, or sleeping your way through life. This knowledge comes at a great price. So dig deeper, question everything, follow the signs, connect with other awakened minds, protect your energy. Prepare for change, not with fear, but with awareness, because the reset is coming. And this time, we're not going quietly into the night. Red pill number 10. Remember, this video is for entertainment only. If you like this telling of the Anunnaki Matrix, then be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories from space, the final frontier above and beyond.